Seda here, gourmet next door. How you been? So today is a very special day. It's the 50th birthday of the UAE. Hence the hairdo. So I just want to say I've been living in this beautiful country for 8 years. I cannot believe it's been so long. And to be honest, I'm truly blessed every day to be living in this beautiful country that's safe, that's respectful, that's just a beautiful place to live with lots of great, wonderful things to do. So, to celebrate UAE's 50th birthday, I'm making a special dinner tonight. I'm going to be making a golden, crunchy veal schnitzel. Schnitzel, you heard me right. And I'm going to serve it with a nice green salad, which is going to be sour and pungent and delicious. So let me walk you through my ingredients. So the first thing we have is obviously this beautiful slices of veal escalope. And then for the breading, it's very simple. I'm going to use 2 eggs. And then I got some regular flour and I'm going to use some panko crumbs. Panko breadcrumbs gives the schnitzel a really nice crunch. So I prefer to go with the panko rather than regular breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to be making a fresh, very nice salad. So here I have lamb's lettuce, but you can use arugula, you can use any type of green. And then for the dressing of the salad, I'm just going to use some olive oil as usual. You know I love lemon, so I'm going to use some lemon. And I'm going to top the whole thing with pickled red onions. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crack my eggs. And then we want to give it a nice little whisk with our fork. Okay. Now the first part is the flour. So we'll go ahead and add some flour here. You can just eyeball it. That's the other part that I love about this recipe. There is no recipe. It's that simple. First flour. Then we have the egg. Then we will go ahead and put the panko breadcrumbs. So panko breadcrumbs are actually larger. They're like flaked bread. So it just gives it a really nice crunch. Now you want to prepare everything and then get into the breading because it's a little bit messy. Guys, when you're breading anything, you want to go ahead and season everything, okay? Including your eggs, including the flour, and the breadcrumbs, obviously. Let's put some pepper. Now I'm gonna go very traditional, just salt and pepper. But if you wanna spice it up, you can put paprika, you can put cumin, you can put chili, and that should go into the breadcrumbs because that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna be tasting. So you wanna put all your spices and flavors into the breadcrumbs. Then you take a fork and you wanna make sure that your seasoning is well integrated into your dry ingredients. And then you can use the wet fork that I used for the eggs to mix in your salt and pepper. Okay guys, now we're ready to go ahead and bread our veal escalope. So this is already very thin. So you want them to be about this thin. I don't know exactly how many inches or centimeters is that, but you want them thin. Now, if your veal escalope is thicker, you can just put it in between plastic wrap and just pound it, okay? If you're stressed at work, this is a wonderful way just to get all that anger out. You want to use one hand for dry ingredients and one hand for wet. Otherwise, you'll see what I mean. You're going to look like a big blob of things. So let's start with the first one. Got this beautiful veal. Look at this veal. So first, we put it into the flour. We bread it liberally. Then the other side, okay? And you want to press it gently. You want to press it gently so it actually adheres to the flour. Now you want to shake off the excess and then you're going to put this guy into the egg. Now this hand for the egg, okay? So we're going to go ahead and rotate this guy. So the egg is going to stick to the flour and then it's going to help stick to the breadcrumbs. Now this is done. Now we go into the panko, and guess what? Switching the hand. So I'm going now with the dry And I'm pressing it a little bit, okay? How beautiful is this music? Okay. And then same thing, you want to shake off the excess and put it on your plate. So it's been a really long time I did a video. And the reason for that was when my grandma passed away, I really lost a lot of motivation because she was one of my biggest supporters. So with this recipe, I'm coming back, and it actually makes me feel really good to be coming back. I really missed cooking and engaging with you. So let me know in the comments, okay, if you try this recipe. So guys, the one thing with the breading is whatever you don't use, you need to throw it out. So don't like save this and use it for something else. Because obviously you're using raw meat, and with raw meat you have to be really, really careful not to cross-contaminate. So that's my tip for the day, okay? Okay guys, now I'm gonna go ahead and wash up here and then meet you for the salad. Okay guys, now what we wanna do is you wanna give the schnitzel a bit of time. You don't wanna fry it immediately so the breading can soak into the meat, okay? It's just like 10 minutes or so. If you want, you can leave it more, but make sure you put it in the fridge, okay? And then always bring it to room temperature before you fry it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it here for like 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna get frying. So in the meantime, what I wanna do is I wanna work on my salad, but I wanna also slowly heat the oil. So I'm just gonna be going ahead and using vegetable oil for this. You don't wanna use olive oil for frying because it has a very high smoke point and it will burn very quickly. So you want to put enough oil, like maybe about 1 inch or so into the pan, okay? Not too little, but not too much either. And then I'm going to turn it on to medium-high heat because I want this to heat up. Now in the meantime, I got my lettuce here. I just washed it, I dried it. I love these salad spinners. And what I want to do is, I'm just going to basically do a very simple salad. So I put my lettuce, and then into this, we're just going to go ahead and add some olive oil. Now the schnitzel is already heavy, so I want a very light dressing. And the people who know me, you know that I'm a lemon girl, not a vinegar one. And I love this lemon squeezer thing. So we just squeeze our lemon. Woo! That's a juicy lemon. Guys, into the salad, I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly put some salt, a little bit pepper. Now I'm gonna add something special into this salad, which is sumac, which is obviously a Middle Eastern spice, and I love it. It's tangy, it's red, it's beautiful, and it's still so simple. So we're just gonna give the salad a toss. Let's give it a taste and make sure the dressing is good. It's so delicious, so tangy and so light. Done. Now I'm gonna check if the oil is hot, and to test that, I always throw a little panko breadcrumb and check it, and now it's actually bubbling up. Because the risk is if you put the meat too early and the temperature is not up to standard, it's going to soak up the oil, and you don't want that. That makes it a very heavy schnitzel, okay? So you want a medium-high heat. You don't want too high because otherwise the outside will burn and the inside will not cook. So now we're ready to go ahead and throw our schnitzel. So you want to put it away from you. And I'm gonna put 2 in. That's the other thing, guys. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, because if you overcrowd the pan, they don't have enough room to fry on both sides, and then again it's gonna make a very soggy schnitzel, and you don't want that. Guys, let's check on the schnitzel. Check this out! It's looking delicious. It's bubbling up. Now, you don't want the oil too hot. So it was a little bit hot, so I turned it down. Okay, you just have to gauge it. Now, in any case, I'm gonna go ahead and put some paper towels on my plate because it's still fried, right? And you want to soak up the excess oil. The schnitzel is nice and golden, so I'm going to go ahead and move it to the paper towel. Let's go ahead and fry up the next 2 pieces. So as we're waiting for the schnitzel to cook up, I want to tell you about my red onions. This is so simple. If you like pickled anything, this is pickled red onions and it's delicious. So it's basically water, it's a little bit vinegar, a little bit salt, a little bit sugar, and then lots of red onions. It's really a quick pickle, so you can actually have a pickle like in a couple of hours, okay? You don't even have to wait for days. It's delicious. I love to top my salads or anything fried with this really bright pickle because it just wakes up your palate. So I move the pan a little bit, so I shake the pan a little bit because it really makes the schnitzel move, and again it makes it cook evenly. Now you want to wait, you don't want to touch your meat immediately, you know, don't touch your meat. Like just wait, okay, and the meat's going to tell you when it's time to turn because the other side is going to be nice and golden brown, and then you can turn it. I see a lot of people just being impatient, you know, they're like, oh, is it done? And then they start poking the meat. And that's never good because then the juices are going to run out and then you're going to get stuck with some dry meat. So what I'm seeing is the edges are brown, which gives me the hint that it's time to turn. Obviously, when we were traveling all the time, you know, you go to Germany, have the best schnitzel. But guys, schnitzel is so easy, you can make it at home. And if you don't like veal, obviously you can use chicken, or you could even do like a tofu schnitzel, right? Why not? So I want these a little bit more crunchy, so I'm going to keep them a little bit longer, but that's it. Oh, they look absolutely delicious. So guys, look at the schnitzel. It looks so nice. I'm going to remove it from the oil. Just let it drain. I just want to show you, look at this schnitzel. It's veal schnitzel, people at home. How amazing is that? Okay, let's go ahead and plate this up now. So I got my beautiful plate, okay? So I'm gonna put the salad on the side because otherwise it's gonna get the schnitzel soggy and wet. And we put all this effort, you know, trying to make it crunchy. So I don't want to play with that. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and put our salad here. A nice green bright salad. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take a really crunchy piece of schnitzel, and then I'm gonna top it off with my red onions. They're so delicious. I'm just gonna put it on the salad because again I don't want anything to take away from the crunchy factor of the schnitzel. That's delicious. Guys, there we have it. So here's my veal schnitzel served with a simple salad to celebrate the 50th birthday of the UAE. Okay, so this is the best part. As you know, let's give it a go. Did you hear the crunch? It's perfectly cooked. Guys, it's absolutely delicious. It's crunchy, juicy inside, full of flavor. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Ciao. See you next time.